Oh, Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service. Love this series so much. Have I read them? No. Same thing with Caraval. Have I read them? No. But I will. This is like alien smut. Very good. Don't knock it till you try it. So I guess I'll give him a shelf. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be reorganizing my bookcases and bookshelf. I have two bookcases on either side of my TV in the living room and a bookshelf in the dining room. It's giving very much like cozy academia type of vibes and I really love it, but it's unorganized as hell. And I actually have some clips of when I first started this project a few days ago. So this is future me realizing that I didn't do an intro for the video, so here's the intro and then we'll kind of pick back up once I show you the clips that I want to show you of where we started at on our before. Also, please don't mind, I broke a nail. Don't mind that, I'm fixing them later. So the problem that we were having is that the storage unit that I am renting out is going up in price. It's absolutely ridiculous. I think I started paying like $90 something and now it is going up to $160. So we want to downsize, I think, the storage unit to a much smaller one and just keep things in there that we absolutely don't want to have in the house, because our back room, like our lanai area and our garage, are both not insulated. So we don't want to keep some of my husband's like collectible items because they're plastic. We don't want them to melt, etc, etc. But we did want to get the majority of the boxes out of there. We're working on that now. But the first boxes that my husband picked up for me were boxes of books that most of them I read, some of them I didn't read. But when I was switching spaces between where my library was at, I ended up boxing up a bunch of series that I read, or not even full series, like half series, like the Court of Thorns and Roses. I only read two of those two full books. So those two books are in storage while the other three are on my bookshelf. So I kind of want to put the series back together, you know, just kind of organize it a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll to some of the clips that I took a few days ago when I had the boxes in the house and we were kind of reorganizing, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna show you what I ended up with. I'm not 100% sold on it just yet, or 100% settled, only because I feel like I can kind of switch things around a little bit more and maybe do categories of things. I tried my best to do like a thriller suspense section and like a fantasy section and all of that stuff, but I feel like it's still a little bit all over the place. I'm just not too sure how to blend the two together with books that I haven't read versus books that I've read versus series that I have that I've only read 2 or 3 of instead of the whole thing. You know, like it's a little all over the place, a little chaotic, but I did the best that I could. So let me show you those clips and then let me come back and show you the final product of what I ended up with. So I've started emptying out all of the boxes. These were in storage. 90% of these books I've read, some of them I haven't, and I want to go through all of them, reorganize my current bookcase, which is back there, and grab out whatever I know for sure I'm not going to read and donate it to a few of those little free libraries. But yeah, I do want to redo these and remove my Lennox spice jars. I think I put that in a different video. I was talking about it. What video was it? My Goodwill haul video, that I wanted to pack that back up and use both of these specifically for books. I actually have my Nintendo Switch behind this. This is not even like books. It was a DIY project that I did to hide the Nintendo Switch, and I have all of the games in there. I think I'm gonna leave these like this, or maybe move this one over to the other side so that there's like a few shelves that has some decor and it kind of balances it out. But the rest of it I want to fill with books. I'm going through all of this and there's so many good series that I've read and that I have like my annotations on and all that stuff. I have some special editions of certain books, so I'm really excited to get these back up in my shelves. And I have a few book series that some of the books are actually here, but the other ones I've read, and I'm going to have to figure out how to organize everything and put them together. So this feels like a pretty big project, but I am confident that I can get it done in about an hour or two. An hour is kind of ambitious, let's say 2 hours. So let me continue on with unpacking all of this. Almost forgot that I have all of these like floral Lego sets. My girls got these for me for my birthday. It's either my birthday or Mother's Day, and I never got a chance to build them, so it would be really cool to build them and put them inside of the bookcases. I can't believe I forgot about them. These are like the succulents, and then I think I have a bunch of like smaller little roses and whatnot. Fun fact, I actually love Legos. My husband got me into them, and I built the Harry Potter castle. I actually have it hiding in my, what is this? Oh, Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service. But I have the Harry Potter castle hiding where I have like my coffee station. It's like a hollowed bar cart type of situation. And behind it, I have my Harry Potter castle inside of there because I have nowhere to display it right now. But these I think I can display in the bookcases. My husband got this entire series for me, and this is what kickstarted my reading journey again, like 5 years ago. This was such a good series. I actually want to reread it one of these days, but I have so many books to get through. As you can see, the pile just keeps on getting bigger. This is another good find. This is actually a book that my cousin published. Her name is down here, Tanisha L. Capel, and her book is called Self-Reflections, Monologues from Someone Like You. Super cool book. I believe it's on Amazon. I will link it down below if you want to check out her book and support her, but super proud of her for writing and publishing this. I'm trying to dig my way down to get to that TBR jar because it's so freaking cute, and I definitely feel like I could display it somewhere in here. Let me pull her out. The little cart with the books in it. Oh, adorable. So I'm definitely gonna find a way to display this again. This is the very last box of books. It is clearly not my box of books. For sure, this is my husband's, so I guess I'll give him a shelf. Now I'm gonna start adding them to the bookcases. I think I could complete this within the hour. It's not as much as I thought it was going to be. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, let's get started. Alright, so this is what she is looking like. I filled the bottom 2-3 shelves with my husband's books. There's a little gap there in case I find any more of his books. And I think I'm gonna call it quits for this one. So let me close this one up. Call it a day. Now moving on to this one over here. I already started emptying it out. I am going to package this entire thing back up, finish emptying all of this out. I have to figure out where to put my skylight calendar. I'm not sure, but I do want to put that somewhere so I can use it again. And then I need to readjust these shelves again so that I can start putting my books in. So I'm just going to open these back up, add the spices back in, package everything back up into the black tote thing, and then hopefully one day I'll be able to actually display this somewhere. All right, she is empty, she is clean. I'm just gonna start adding books in, and then I will shift things around as I go. But yeah, I think that my best bet is just to start loading books up and then tackling it that way. And as I go along, I'm going to start pulling books out that I know for sure that I'm not going to keep and I want to donate, and I'm going to set those into a separate pile because there's quite a few books that I got when I went to like bargain bookstores and things like that are like those small paperback, like old school kind of books, and I don't think I'm going to read those, but I don't want to just toss them obviously, so I'm going to take them, donate them, and hopefully somebody else can get a good read out of them. So let me show you the bookcases. Let me open them up and show you what I ended up with. I think I did a good job. I do like the look of having books in these bookcases and then having more books next to it in the bookshelf in the dining area. I think it makes the house look very cozy, and I'm all about like those cozy academia kind of vibes. So let me show you what I did. So starting off with the very top section, I mentioned that this is actually a DIY. So these are books that I got from, I think, the dollar store for a project that I was doing, and I just spray painted them gold. But this entire section right here, it is actually hiding my Nintendo Switch. So let me see if I can show you. You see what I mean? There's my Switch. And it is all one piece. So that is hiding my Switch. I have all of my Switch games in here. In the second shelf, I have a few of my husband's books with another one of those gold spray painted books. I found all of this pretty much at the thrift store. I know for sure I found this at the thrift store, and I just added the little basket there with some pine cones. 'Tis the season. Down here, it's a little bit of a hodgepodge of things, but it's okay. For now, it'll work. I found this at the thrift store as well, and I think this little tiny pumpkin and these, if I'm not mistaken. They should have a little candle or something on them, but I can't find anything that is short enough for this back one. So for now, we'll leave it as is. This is actually an anniversary gift, I believe it was, that my husband got me, which I thought was so sweet and is so beautiful. Now these books, before I had even thought to bring books from my storage unit back over here, I went to the thrift store so that I can find a color scheme that I kind of liked, because I wanted to decorate and fill these shelves up. They were completely bare and I wanted to fill them up with something. So this is pretty much all thrift store finds. The rest of it was completely empty. So on these 3 shelves here, I have all of my husband's books and a few Bibles down there, but these are all of my husband's books. I was able to fit them perfectly. He also has like all of his cinematography and photography books down there. So I was super happy to be able to fit all of his stuff on this side over here. And now going over to the other section, I still don't know what to do with my skylight calendar. I'm working on that one, guys. But coming over to this other section, I removed the Lenox Spice Garden and I readjusted the shelves so that I can fit all of my books. Up here, I have the Maze Runner series. This is Escape to Eden. One of my best friends from Jersey actually sent me these books. I have yet to read them. I'm sorry, Jayla, but I will get to them. I have Exodus Flock, Haunting and Hunting Adeline, Credence. This is more of like my dark romance kind of section. I have the Stopover and the Takeover. I have a lot of Katie Roberts. I love her stuff. These are some of these are new books that I have not read whatsoever. And I do know what books I've read and I haven't read. So I guess that's why this is not super confusing to me. But I feel like there's a better way that I can organize it. Now going on to this bottom shelf, I have the Twisted series from Anna Wan. I absolutely love this series so much. My favorite, I would say, is Twisted Love, Twisted Lies, Twisted Games, and then Twisted Hate. I also have her Kings of Sin series. I've read books 1, 2, and 3. I need to read 4 and 5. I also need to check and see if there are any other books in this series, because I honestly haven't been keeping up with it. Then I have the Billionaire Dreamland series from Lauren Asher. I absolutely love this series. I know that she has a few other series that I just have not gotten into, but I really do want to. One of them being this book, Love Redesigned. And what series is this? The Lakefront Billionaire series. So that is another one that I want to get into. One of the first romance kind of books that I got into after starting the Maze Runner series was the Kane Brothers series from Megan Quinn. She is like queen of rom-com to me. I absolutely love her writing style. I even love the audiobooks and like the voice actors that they choose for that. But I have her Kane Brothers series, and this is a special edition that she posted on her Instagram a while back, and I placed this order. A Not So Meet Cute is definitely my favorite. And then this is where it gets kind of funny, because it's like, okay, these have nothing to do with cutesy romance. These are actually sad books. But I have If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan, and then I have If Only I Had Told Her. I have not read this one. I am not emotionally prepared for that right now. Emotional, damn it! We will leave that for another day. And then funny enough, aside from romance and thrillers, I really love books about like North Korean journey to freedom kind of things. And this one was such a good book. It's called In Order to Live. Such a good book. And I have a few others that I read, but they're on my Kindle and I don't have the physical copy. But you see what I mean? How I have like this, I feel like all goes together and then it doesn't. And I have to kind of figure it out. But for now, it'll do. Then on this shelf right here, my husband is super into TMNT, so he has all of the comics. We have The Last Ronin, Alien, he has some Watchmen, V for Vendetta. This is all his section here. This shelf down here, I have a few more. It's kind of like a hodgepodge of things, but I have a few more books. Some of them I've read, some of them I haven't. The 9 Lives of Rose Napolitano is a really good one. I have Hocus Pocus, Kiki's Delivery Service. You see what I mean? Like, it's a little all over the place, but for now it'll do. And then I have a little bit of decor, a basket with some bookmarks. Some of them I purchased, some of them are my own bookmarks. And then I also have my book stamp, which I do need to go through all of these books because I'm pretty sure there are a ton of them that don't have my stamp on it. Down here I have more of like my health type books. The Vaccine Friendly Plan, The Ultra Processed People. I have the book Back to Eden, The No Grid Survival, the Forgotten Home Apothecary. I have a book on crocheting, I believe. And then I put this here with all of my little crochet needles. Do I crochet? No, I don't, but I will one day. And then I also have some recipe books down here that I did not fit on my counters. I will also show you my counters because I redid them and I think it's kind of cute and I kind of like it. I also have some mixology books here for cocktails. I put my little TBR cart there, a few highlighters back here. These book vases that my husband got me that I would like to display. I just need to grab flowers. And the very last shelf is my husband's Dragon Ball section. This is all him right here. But yeah, this is basically the entire shelf. It's a little all over the place, but honestly, it's so much better than what it was before. And then moving right along, I want to print out another picture, but this is like my little Fleetwood Mac section. I absolutely love Fleetwood Mac, and I have it above this record player that I found off of Facebook Marketplace. I have some pictures and some chargers for like our leaf blower and all that stuff that I need to figure out where to put. Now this section over here is my little dining area. I do have to figure out, we have so many things that I just have to figure out what to do with, and I guess once we figure out our storage situation, I can put some of this in storage. But my husband has some Gundams that he's selling. I have some baby items here. He has a little section for his photography stuff, which this is fine. I just have to organize it a little bit better. That is a project for another day. And this is my little dining area. I have my husband's photography stuff here, some bookmarks. I have an Etsy shop that I will be opening up pretty soon and launching all of these, so there's a little sneak peek. And then I have a ton of pumpkins and whatnot for a photo shoot that I'm gonna do with my baby and my best friend's baby. So we have this going on here. But back to the main event. Here is the bookcase. Bookshelf. I say the wrong one all the time, but this is my bookshelf, right? Case is the one that has like the doors, shelf doesn't. I think that's how it goes. So on this first shelf, I got these from a thrift store. I have another one on the other side. I absolutely love these, and they were like a few dollars, $5 for the set. But I have some series here, but it's a mix between dark romance, fantasy, etc., etc. So you'll see as I go along what I mean about like there not being enough cohesiveness for me. But like I said before, for now it'll do. I have the Never After series from Emily McIntyre. I only read the first one, so I still have all of these to read. This is a random one that I just couldn't fit on this bottom shelf, but this is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. My best friend Jayla told me about this book and said she absolutely loves it, so I have to read it, so I will get to that one. Then I have the Magnolia Park books. I have not read any of them, but I was obsessed with getting this specific special edition. The artwork on this is absolutely beautiful. Let me see if I can put this in with one hand. Voila. I have Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, Onyx Stone. Have I read them? No. Same thing with Caraval. Have I read them? No. But I will get to them. Do you see what I mean that I don't need to go book shopping? I can book shop my own shelves at this point. Now this I did read and I loved, Legends and Lattes, and then I got the UK version, and the prequel, which came out after these, is Bookshops and Bone Dust. I have not read it, but I definitely want to. The Once Upon a Broken Heart, I don't know the name of this series if I'm being quite honest, but I have not read these books. I was able to put my little library sign back up. The beloved Akatar series, I've only read A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury. I am that much into A Court of Wings and Ruin, so I do want to get back into this. Maybe I'll do a reading vlog of me finishing up series that I am in the middle of. I think that would be fun for you and helpful for me. Then I have Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. This is one of my favorite like 6-star reads. Whatever would be higher than a 6-star read, that's where this falls into. Same thing with Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. I have some special edition covers that I was able to get. I think these are UK covers if I'm not mistaken, and these are more new, but I love Assistant to the Villain, so I feel like this is a series that I know for sure I'm gonna love. But I have Assistant to the Villain, the special edition cover, the regular one, Apprentice, Accomplice to the Villain. These are by Laurie Gilmore. It is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, Cinnamon Bun Bookshop, Strawberry Patch Pancake House, the Christmas Tree Farm, and then the Gingerbread Bakery. This one just came out. Here's the other bookend that I was telling you about. Now this entire second shelf is all of like my witchy books, my thrillers, suspense, horror, that kind of vibe. So I will run quickly through them. I found this one at a Barnes & Noble's when they were closing, and I got a really good deal on a lot of these books. I started this book for the fall, and I'm trying to finish it up before I do my fall reading wrap up. That is how far I got in. So we shall see if I actually get to this. The Spell Shop is another book that I started reading, and it is actually really, really good. I don't know why I stopped reading it, but I do want to pick this one back up. Night of the Witch, I believe I read last year, which was just a random Target or random Walmart book that I picked up, but I really, really enjoyed. I have some Alice Feeney books in here. This one I heard a lot about, and I know that it's a series, so I would like to get into this one as well, but clearly I have so many other series to get into. I have another Alice Feeney over here, which should be with that Alice Feeney over there. I digress, let's continue. Tons of Frida McFadden. I absolutely love her thrillers. I feel like they kind of get you from the very first few sentences. Some of them are definitely better than others. Never Lie, I think so far is one of my favorite ones, obviously aside from The Housemaid, Housemaid's Secret, all of that, which I have not finished. I've read The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret. I need to read The Housemaid is Watching, and I think there's one about a wedding. The Housemaid's Wedding. Yeah. Verity is also one of the first books that I read when I started getting back into reading, and this is like a 6-star for me. It's a psychological thriller, which is funny because I am not a huge fan of Colleen Hoover in general. I've read a few of her books, and it's either I love them or I just meh. They're kind of meh for me, and I really don't like them. Belladonna I haven't read, but I heard a lot of good things about. Moving on, I have this little rotating thing with some highlighters and pens and whatnot. And then this section down here is also like a little hodgepodge. I have some Christmas books that I definitely want to get into this year, but then I have 3 holidays and a wedding next to How I'll Kill You. Do you see what I mean? I need a better system, but that'll be a different day. I have here these books that I thought were super fun. The Time That I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. And there's a few other ones. I think there's 3 in the series. There's The Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf, and The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Human. So I read all of those, and those are great. This is my guilty pleasure. This is by Ruby Dixon, and there was like 27 books, if I'm not mistaken, in this entire line, but they started coming out with new covers a few years back, and these are the ones so far that have new covers. I really hope all of them come out with new covers, but this is definitely a guilty pleasure. This is like alien smut. Very good. Don't knock it till you try it. I have some Emily Henry, some Ali Hazelwood. I feel like this one doesn't belong because it's all like pink and cutesy, and then there's Ali Hazelwood Bride. I feel like it should be on this shelf here, but I left it here for now. Check and Mate was actually my first YA, like romance YA, if I'm not mistaken, and I really, really liked it. I think I gave that one a 5-star. I have some more Megan Quinn, some Hannah Grace, some Abby Jimenez. The majority of these books I still need to get to. If you guys remember from the last time that I had my library in one of the different rooms, I had my little golden book, and I would have all of my 5-6-star reads there. I have it in here for now because I don't know what else to do with it, but I also have a bunch of frames that I don't know what to do with either. So, and then down here, another hodgepodge. I have some Sierra Simone, I have some Sarah Kate, I have Priest, Sinner, and Saint, and this is the Salacious Players Club series, I believe it is. I have the Inheritance Game, which I never read, the Shatter Me series. I have a few Elsie Silver books. I think I have gotten into the last one over there, A False Start, and that is how much I read before I dropped it. I don't necessarily know why I dropped it. It wasn't that I didn't like it. I thought the story was interesting. I think I was pregnant. It was towards the end of my pregnancy, and I was just over everything and everyone at that point. And in this little section, I have my markers and little coloring books. Sometimes when I have a free moment, I like to color. I definitely haven't had a lot of free moments lately, so it is a season and things will kind of level out soon enough. Also, don't mind the mess that is my background area. There's a lot going on back here, I know, but I ended up getting a new vacuum mop, like a 2-in-1 kind of thing, to see if it can cut my time down from having to vacuum and then mop separately. I have that back there. I have the photo stand. I have stuff that needs to go to Goodwill. There's a ton of stuff down there. Oh, I mentioned showing you my new kitchen area. Let me show you really quickly because that is also a little bit of a mess because I have other pieces that are coming in that I need to get before I can kind of finish everything, but let me show you what I have so far. So this is how I have my little section so far. I ended up putting my cookbooks back over here. If you saw in the earlier clip, I had these in my bookcase next to or on top of the Lennox Spice Garden. So I ended up putting them back over here, and I found this cutesy little gold jar for my dog's treats, which I'm not going to open because if they hear me opening it, they're going to come over and try to get a treat. But over here I just have some cookbooks. I have my own recipe binder, so whenever I find a really good recipe and I try it out, if it's good, I print it, put it in here. This one I actually just got. I had it pre-ordered, but it is Bad Bitch in the Kitchen. I love the cover of this book. I have to go through it and find some recipes to try out, which honestly I need to do that for a lot of these books, is just go through them, find recipes, and just try a recipe or two a month, because if not, I just collect recipe books without actually using it. I have used The Perfect Cookie quite a bit before. I have some pressure canning and home preserving books, sourdough. My husband got me the Cottage Core baking book, along with some of these here, a sushi book, organic toddler food, the cheese plate that'll change your life, a lot of good cookbooks here. And then I have this cute little cookbook stand. I didn't know where else to put it, so in the corner it goes. Then here I have my little candle warmer situation. The only thing, and if you guys have any suggestions, for the love of God, please tell me. I can't stand the look of cables behind it, and I try to like zip tie so that it's not all over the place and like hide it with the vase. So I don't know if I can maybe like push it back, put a little frame back there with like some vintage artwork. I'm not sure. This is my most recent purchase, which is the Alexander Home pepper grinder. I have the salt one coming in, so those two will go there. Not sure what I'm gonna do with that little spice or salt cellar. And then I have some cutting boards that I don't really use, just have them as decor. And this is where the hot mess begins. I need to refill these. They look like little books. This is a teeny tiny little Bluetooth speaker that I thought was so cute. I hook it up to my phone and play music, especially during Christmas time. This little tiny thing playing Christmas music feels so cute and nostalgic. This is a lighter, and you can charge it via USB, so I have that. And then I also have some rosemary oil that's been sitting there for a bit. I use it for some cooking. I have this little cutesy picture frame. I have these little tiny buddies here for decor. That's about it. Now this section over here, I have my little herbs and spices. Now this is a project. I have this here because I'm covering some photos that I have of my family. But this is a project that I will be working on in the next day or so, and I'll go over that in a minute. But I ended up putting my knife set here, my utensils, bacon grease, of course, and these are cutting boards that I actually use. My brother-in-law made this one back here for me, which phenomenal, absolutely love it. I have to oil them both up, but yeah, this is my little setup for now. Oh, and these cute little things I got off Facebook Marketplace. They're just brass trivets, I believe they're called, and I hung them up there. So yeah, that is my little kitchen section. I feel like I have a ton of areas in my house that need reorganization. They need a little bit of TLC. But like I said before, I was pregnant and very tired towards the end, and now I have a baby and I'm still very tired. So I'm trying to get to things whenever I can and knock out one project at a time. The bookshelf and the bookcase was definitely a project that I wanted to get done ASAP because I could not stand the look of the two bookcases next to the TV. It looked all over the place. It was either they're super empty or they had decor in there that I felt like didn't match, and I just wanted it to feel cozy and inviting and very bookish. Reading books is a really big part of my life, and I definitely want to reflect that in my home. So super happy that I got that project done. And as I tackle projects throughout the house, I will bring you guys along. But for now, I think we're gonna leave it here. We're gonna put a pin on it and call it a day. I'm gonna end the video here. I don't want it to be a super long video, and I have to go grab my baby since it's around feeding time, and I think I hear a little bit of a whimper. Yep, I hear. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here. And until the next video. Bye, friends.